Gauranga to each and every one of you this evening. Welcome to the ISKCON Coventry's Sunday evening program. And a Happy New Year. Happy New Year 2022. And let's pray that we have a good, happy and a spiritual new year, leaving behind COVID, but only time will tell. At the moment the cases are just increasing. So let's enjoy the evening program. It's a wonderful program set up by the devotees. So let's go through what we have this evening as a lineup. So as normal, we will have a Guru Puja, which will be Kirtan will be by Prem Prakash Prabhuji and family. And then we will have Srila Prabhupada video. So we'll have a sweet message given into the new year by Srila Prabhupada. Then we have bhajans, and bhajans will be by Mrs. Roy and Lilu Devi. And then we're going to have live charcha, and the host for that will be Haridas Prabhu, Vidur Prabhu, and the guests will be Pranva Prabhuji and Satya, Prem Prakash and Ishani, Ravi Tej and Madhura Sita Devi. And then the rest of the kirtans after the live charcha, and the Gaura Aarti will be by Sudarshan and Narsingha Aarti by Dhruv Prabhuji. So Prem Prakash Prabhuji, are you ready to start Srila Prabhupada Aarti? Jai Ho.
जय श्री प्रभात की जय नमो
जय
प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्री प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय श्री प्रभुपाद
श्री गुरु
प्राप्ति होई जाए कृष्ण प्राप्ति होई जाए गुरुमुख गौरियो आज्ञा गुरुमुख पद्मावज्ञा विदिते गौरियो आज्ञा और ना करियो मने आशा और ना करियो मने आशा चक्षुदान श्री गुरु चरण रति हे उत्तम गति श्री गुरु चरण रति हे उत्तम गति हे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा जय प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति होइते अविद्या विनाशा दैते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होइते अविद्या विनाशा दैते वेदे गाय जहाँ रचरित वेदे गाय जहाँ रचरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आत्मा जनार्दन श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आत्मा जनार्दन लोकेनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना लोकेनाथ लोकेरा जीवाना प्रभु करुणय देव मोहे कंचय महाप्रभु करुणय देव मोहे कंचय हे विजय श्री शक्ति भुवाना हे विजय श्री शक्ति भुवाना शरणा प्रभुपाद पतित पावना जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर निताय गौर निताय गौर गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल हरे कृष्ण
Jaya, thank you very much, Prem Prakash Prabhu. It's a wonderful honor for ISKCON devotees to honor Srila Prabhupada, our greatest Acharya who's took this movement all across the world. So thank you very much. So we just say the pranams, Namyo Vishnu Parvamahans Pravakachaya Shashimad. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Jakt Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. VBD Founder Jakt Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON Founder Acharya Jakt Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Sabke Gurudev Ki Jai. Gaura. So welcome to each and every one to this evening's program. If you have just joined us, whether it be across on Zoom, YouTube or Facebook, so swagatam to each and every one of you, and let's have a wonderful evening glorifying Srila Prabhupada and then listening to the devotees Charcha for the evening. So that, and thank you, just in case I forget, Sudarshan, we always forget to honor the background staff, and that was a wonderful slide of Srila Prabhupada going on during Srila Prabhupada Aarti. Of all those beginnings, Srila Prabhupada was doing everything in the beginning himself. So if you were having a look at the slides, you would have saw Srila Prabhupada ji He was in the kitchen, he was on the Vyasasan, and he was doing Mardanga. So Srila Prabhupada used to, in the beginning, teach the devotees the cooking, the music, and the charcha. So what a wonderful Acharya. Jai Ho. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So now, Sudarshan, shall we go to Srila Prabhupada video for the New Year's message?
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Juta Padakamalam. Now, the process is just that we approach teacher, spiritual master, to get knowledge. So there was no visible living creature before Brahma. So how he got knowledge? The answer is Tene Brahma Rida Adikavi. Adikavi, the first created living being Brahma, was educated from within the heart. That means Krishna, Vasudeva, or the Supreme Lord, is situated in everyone's heart. He is situated in Brahma's heart also. He is situated in your heart, my heart. And Rida, this very word is used. Rida means heart. So he can educate anyone within the heart. But why we are not aware of him? Theoretically we know, but practically in our conditioned state, we cannot understand how he is directing us. But he is directing, that's a fact. Brahma is not ordinary living being. Therefore he could take direction from the Supreme Lord within the heart. We can also take when we are qualified, exactly like Brahma. Brahma appeared to serve the Lord, to fulfill the desire of the Lord. Just like we engage one carpenter and I ask him to make a cabinet for me. I give him the ingredients, tools, or wages, and he creates a cabinet. Similarly, God created the ingredients and the manufacturer also, and Brahma created this universe. But he is not the original creator. The original creator is Krishna. As such, the original proprietor is also Krishna, because he has created the ingredients. Actually, when we work in practical field, the ingredients we cannot create. We suppose we construct a very high skyscraper building, but the ingredients, namely the earth, stone, wood, iron, which are the ingredients of the house, that we cannot create. That is created by God. We simply transform. We take earth, dirt from the earth and mix it with water. The water is created by God. The earth is created by God. Then we mix it and make a lump like brick and put it in the fire. The fire is also created by God. In this way, if we study scrutinizingly, the ingredients and the materials which we are handling, they are not our creation. They are creation of God. We simply handle them. But because we handle them, it does not become our property. This is sense. Suppose I am worker, I am handling some others things, materials, and preparing something. That does not mean when the thing is manufactured, complete, it becomes my property. No. How it can be? Therefore the philosophy is that everything belongs to Krishna, God. I also belong to Him. And whatever I do, manufacture, that also belongs to Him. This sense, to understand that everything belongs to God, I also belong to God, my intelligence also belongs to God, the ingredients or physical elements with which I work, that also belongs to God. Then where is the scope for my claiming that I am proprietor? This is called illusion. So this Krishna consciousness movement is meant for reviving the original consciousness of the human society, because in the cats and dogs or animals, such consciousness cannot be invoked. They are so dull and in the lowest stage of consciousness. It is not possible for them to understand.
Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. That was a wonderful message by Srila Prabhupada. You know, from the planetary beginnings of Lord Brahma being the first created being, and why he is the created being, and who is the Lord, and how Brahma was able to awaken the Lord, you know, by going within. Because we don't want to, and that ending at the message, Srila Prabhupada was saying, is everything by surrendering, by giving service, by searching a spiritual master. You know, that's none of that we want to do. We don't want to surrender to anybody. We don't want to bow our head. Yeah? But not at every doorstep. We don't want to bow our head at every doorstep. But when you find a true guru, like Srila Prabhupada, who is an acharya, yeah, so we should bow our head, pay our obeisances with mind, body and spirit. Because look at that message from start to the end, from the creation to where we are today. And that message was given in 1972. I wasn't even born then. Well, I was born in 1972, but not in February. Yeah. So what a wonderful message. And it is still relevant today. Because we have to go searching. Because that was wonderful the way Srila Prabhupada said, He's in all of us, He's in me, He's in you, He's in everyone. But we've got to go searching for that. We've got to surrender to that. Yeah, but we don't want to. So that was a wonderful message by Srila Prabhupada. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So thank you, Anil Prabhu, for picking that message to go out today for the first Sunday program in 2022. So next we will go across to Mrs. Roy for Bhajan and Kirtans. Jai Gaura Hari Bol Auntie.
हरी बात
जय हो. आप म्यूट कर लिया. म्यूट हो गया है आपका. हाँ, जय हो. आप
हैप्पी न्यू ईयर रोजी हैप्पी न्यू ईयर अब आनंद हो गया एक भोजन गाएगा भगवान स्टार्ट करेगा
हाँ जी आंटी स्टार्ट शुरू कर लीजिए
भजन स्वर्गेते भी दुर्बिंद बाजे नाचे देवगण स्वर्गेते दुर्बिंद बाजे नाचे देवगण हरि 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 ध्वनि भरिल भुवन हरि 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 ध्वनि भरिल भुवन ब्रह्मा नाचे शिवी नाचे आरो नाचे इंद्र ब्रह्मा नाचे शिवी नाचे आरे नाचे इंद्र गोकुले गोवाला नाचे भाइया गोविंद गोकुलेर गोवाला नाचे भाइया गोविंद नंदेर मंदिरे गोवाला आइलो रे दया नंदेर मंदिरे गोवाला आइलो रे दया हाथे लोरी कादे राते लोरी कादे बा नाचे तोया तोया हाथे लोरी कादे बा नाचे तोया तोया दधि दूध घृत गुड़ अंगेते डालिया दधि दूध घृत गुड़ अंगेते डालिया नाचे रे नंद गोविंद पाइया नाचे रे नंद गोविंद पाइया आनंदे बड़ई आनंद हईल এই দাসের শিবার মন ভুলিয়া রইল আনন্দ হইল বড় আনন্দ হইল এই দাসের শিবার মন ভুলিয়া রইল স্বর্গেতে দুর্বিন্দ বাজে নাচে দেবগণ স্বর্গেতে দুর্বিন্দ বাজে নাচে দেবগণ হরি 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 ধ্বনি ভরিল ভুবন হরে কৃষ্ণ 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 হরে 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 রাম 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 হরে হরে হরি বল হরি বল
Jai Ho auntie, that was wonderful.
You understand?
A little bit, not all of it. आपने गाया पे सब देव और इंद्र एंड गोपाल नाच रहे हैं.
She sang that the stars are dancing in the sky
Yes.
and that the gods are dancing.
হরি হরি ধ্বনি ভরিল ভুবন
That the world is singing Hari's name.
Jai Ho.
and ব্রহ্মা বিষ্ণু শিব নাচে আরো নাচে ইন্দ্র
Brahma,
Yeah.
Shiv, Vishnu are all dancing. So
That's
along
right,
with
yeah.
Indra.
ইন্দ্র গোকুলের গোয়ালা নাচে পাইয়া গোবিন্দ
And the Gokul's Gwalas are dancing because they have found Krishna.
নন্দের
Yeah.
নন্দের মন্দিরে নন্দের হাউস আর কি নন্দের মন্দিরে আইলো দাইয়া হাতে হাতে লরি কাঁধে ভার নাচে তৈয়া তৈয়া
So like in Nanda, it's basically saying everyone in Nandra Maharaj's house is dancing too.
দধি
Jai Ho. Jai Ho.
দধি দধি দুগ্ধ ঘৃত গুল অঙ্গেতে ডালিয়া
Can't understand that Bangla. That's too complicated for me. Next line, Kita.
নাচেরে নন্দ গোবিন্দ হইয়া
Yeah, that everybody's dancing after they find Govindo.
আনন্দ হইল বড় আনন্দ হইল
And
এই দাসে শিবাই মন ভুলিয়া রইল হরিব
Oh,
আনন্দ হইল, সবের মন আনন্দ হইল।
oh, everybody's basically enchanted with the name and in Govinda's name. That's the song.
Jai. Thank you, Auntie. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ruben.
You know, that was a wonderful bhajan, and Auntie singing in Bengali and so traditional. While I was sitting here, Vidar Prabhu and Haridas, and maybe Guru Sevak would remember that if you've been to Mayapur, and then Anandacharya's house is on the main road, and Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur showed, you know, this auntie singing, and I'm remembering that Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, who, you know, when people say, oh, it's too far, it's not. Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur was from 1874 and did not go into Samadhi till 1937. And he showed his disciple, because he used to go out in the middle of the night to outside of Anandacharya's house and sit there, and then he would watch, you know, Panch Tattva. They would come, and the way Bhakti Siddhanta described it, that they used to be like, they never even touched the ground. They were like a couple of inches off the floor and just floating. And Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he would go and watch this movement. So when Auntie was singing this, that Brahma, Shiva and Indra are dancing, well, you won't get a better description than Panch Tattva. Only recently going past Anandacharya's house. So thank you very much, Auntie. Jai Ho. So now we will go across to the next bhajan, which will be by Lilu Devi.
그대로 Bhakti Thakurer.
Thank you, Prabhu.
나는
Jai Ho. No, thank you, Auntie. Jai Ho.
Thank you.
벌써로 반초독도 났어.
So, dear sister Lilu Devi, are you there? Are we ready to start? Jai Ho. So, if you can start with your bhajan.
Okay. Hare
Jai Ho.
Hare Krishna to all devotees and Dandavat Pranam from my heart. Yes, Hare Krishna. Yena Sayapato Ese Daya Ho Jivan Nirata Jane न पाए यह मन न जाने क्या क्या कराए कुछ बन पाए अब मेरे बनाए अब तो ऐसी दया हो जीवन व्यर्थ जाने न पाए तुम ही चाहो तुम ही पाओ संसार का पर यह कुछ न चाहो ऐसा जगा दो फिर सो न जाऊं अपने पुरुष काम प्रेमी बना ये मन न जाने क्या क्या कराए कुछ बन पाए मेरे बनाए ये नाथ अब तो ऐसी दया हो जीवन व्यर्थ जाने न पाए वह योग्यता जो सत्कर्म कर लूं अपने हृदय में सद्भाव कर लूं नरकंठ साधन भव सिंह कर लूं ऐसा समय की आए ना हे नाथ अब तो ऐसे दया हो जीवन व्यर्थ जाने न पाए हरि बोल
Hari Bol, sorry, dear sister, would you mind singing that again? Because the volume coming across was very low.
Oh, okay,
And you were enjoying it. I didn't want to disturb you halfway through.
okay.
Yeah, to try and get a little bit closer to the mic.
You mean, okay. Can you hear me?
Sorry?
Can you hear me now?
Oh, it's a bit more clearer than before.
Oh, sorry about that. You can stop me only.
No. You were enjoying the bhajan so much. So yeah. So shall we do it again, please?
Yeah, okay. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
नाथयबतो ऐसी दया हो जीवन निरर्थक जाने न पाए ये मन न जाने क्या क्या कराए किस बन न पाए अपने बनाए हे नाथयबतो ऐसी दया हो जीवन निरर्थक जाने न पाए ऐसा जगा दो फिर सो न जाऊं अपने पुनित को प्रेमी बना तुमको आपको ही चाहूं आप ही स्वाहूं संसार का भय यह कुछ न चाहिए ये न जाने क्या क्या कराए किस बन पाए अपने बनाए नाथयब तो ऐसी दया हो जीवन निरर्थक जाने न पाए वह योग्यता दो सत्कर्म कर लूं अपने हृदय में सद्भाव कर लूं नर्तन है साधन तब से सुतर लूं ऐसा समय की आए न आए नाथयब तो ऐसे दया हो जीवन निरर्थक जाने न पाए
Jaya, thank you very much, dear sister. Wonderful. It was a lot, but it was better than the first time.
Oh, sorry about that.
No. Nothing to apologize about. Because even me, I'm not used to technology. I have to get my kids to set all this up. So thank you, Jaya. That was wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Jaya.
That Kirtan was like when we was like the young I was in India. Like my mom and all, we was like after like dinner, we all like sit down round and like every day we was doing Kirtan. So one of them that.
Jai Ho. Gaura. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jai Ho. So thank you to the Kirtaneers. I know it's not easy coming on. And then we do it, like I said, I always get Gurvani and Nimai. Nimai's only 8. I get him to quickly set this up before we start. Because like I admit, technology and me, not the best. So now we will start the next stage, which is Chircha, where Haridas Prabhu and Vidar Prabhu will be having guests, which will be Pranava Prabhu and Satya, Prem Prakash, Anishani, Ravi Tej, and Madhura Sita Devi. Jai Ho, Hari Bol.
Jai Ho, Danvat Pranam. Happy New Year,
Happy
2022.
New Year, Prabhuji. Jai Ho, Gaura.
Yes. So how's things?
Good, thank you. How are you? Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm ready to go and invite our guests. And hope Vidu Prabhu is there so we can do the introduction to the Churcha.
Yeah, he was there. When I checked at the beginning, he was there.
Anyway, he'll join us when he comes in, just we'll include him.
Jai Ho.
So, this Churcha is all about how was 2021 and how now we want it to be in 2022. So what sort of expectations do you have for 2022?
Well, I was talking about this, with Gurvani, when Gurvani was doing her writing. And she said, "How should I finish?" And she didn't write it, so I'm going to say it. I said, more of the same. She goes, "But why more of the same? We want something different." I said, we did the scriptures. There's so many books that we read, as listed by the devotees. That was wonderful. For some devotees, yes, there's a coronavirus going around, and yes, it is dangerous. But for devotees, to get together on Zoom, I thought this was great. 2021 in that sense, I thought it was great because we couldn't get that many devotees to come to the book club at the temple. And then some evenings we got 21 families joining in and with their kids reading paragraphs.
Yeah, I share the same thing. And I'll tell you what, some of it would be the same as last year, but we can always, I'm just turning off something screen here. Oh, okay. I'm just doing something on my phone. There's some things we should do same as 2021, but how much further we can go with whatever we're doing. It's like taking the same steps. It's the same activity, but you're gaining ground. So it looks like it's the same activity, but it isn't, because you're getting closer to your goal. So I'm really waiting for this newly initiate couples, and we started with them last year, so I want to do it for this year as well. But then we want to bring some other couples as well in future, have other churches as well. So it's excellent. So it looks like Vidur he hasn't shown up, but I'll continue anyway.
I thought he was there because when I checked, he was there in the beginning. He was there.
Yeah, he had just come in, I think. I rang him and he said he was getting ready. So that's okay. He'll join in later on. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do a little introduction to the whole thing. Krishna says, Matchita matgat prana bodhyanta parasparam katyantascha mam nityam tushyanti char manti cha. This is in Bhagavad-Gita and 10th chapter and 9th verse. And he goes, the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me. Their lives are fully devoted to my service, and they derive great satisfaction and bliss from always enlightening one another and conversing about me. So conversing about me means charcha. So in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad-Gita, it's encouraging that devotees come together and discuss Krishna Leela, Krishna topics, Krishna philosophy. And the other one is actually formal class. But I find I get a lot of feedback saying people actually enjoyed the conversation very much because they got different points of view. So Vidu Prabhu, welcome.
Jaya, Haribol, everybody.
Yes, and it's wonderful to see you. And this charcha, is very enlightening because you don't know what the answers are going to be, because you're asking a question to an individual and then they come back at you with their experience of it. So it's not right or wrong. You're getting an opinion of a person. So what do you get out of the church as for yourself?
What I find is that when you're having a discussion like this, you get the true feelings of the people opposite you. You know what they're thinking. Sometimes the mistake we make is we think we understand them and where they are at, but actually when you listen to them, give them a chance to speak, then what's in their heart comes out, and then we learn something also.
No, that's brilliant. And some of the answers, they surprise us.
Definitely,
but you've also thought about it. You've also thought about it, but forgotten. But then somebody crystallizes it and you think, wow, yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. So wonderful. Yes. Anything you want to say for 2022? Do you have any expectations and for yourself, you think?
I always say, which I briefly mentioned on New Year's Eve, which is, we must have a spiritual approach to everything we do. And this is Bhaktivinoda Thakur had expressed that as devotees, never mind every year, end of the year, we reflect about what we did in the year. He says every day, reflect what you did in the day. Was it spiritually connected or not spiritually connected? So, but end of the year has become a big thing in the world. So it's also a time of reflection. What was good in the year gone, and what do I need to improve on in the coming year?
Yeah, it's amazing you said that. In Gita 17th chapter, 28th verse, last verse goes, anything done as sacrifice, charity, or penance without faith in the Supreme, O son of Pritha, is impermanent. It is called a sat and is useless both in this life and the next life. So even in Bhagavad-Gita, it is saying you got to have a lot of faith in the Lord. So our lives, are to be Krishna conscious, not at a particular time in a particular day. Prabhupada was saying 24/7, Krishna conscious. And then all the activities you do, it's not a ritual, it's your life. You have a lot of faith in the Lord. I mean, look, there is COVID everywhere. I mean, I just got news, Devki's son, Balaram is, got COVID. And Nandarai goes, Neil and Vishakha are in New York, and they got symptoms, but the kits are run out in New York. There's so many people being tested, so they have to wait. And I said, Bandaris do share things alike, but this is going too far. But you can see the dangers of this world. But yet we say prayers for the healing. Okay, you take medicine as well. But for the devotees, there's loads of prayers, glorification of the Lord. Morning prayers, evening prayers, satsang goes on, whether you are good or you're suffering, whether you're young or you're old. So this is Krishna conscious life, not a ritual on a particular day, particular time. So, okay, I think we would like to bring what should we do? Bring all of them in first or one by one and ask them? Because I've got particular questions I send them. So I can ask them, or what do you think, Vidya Prabhu?
Not sure, actually.
Well, I tell you what, first let's bring...
Both can work.
Let's try Pranva and Satya first, because Pranva is our head pujari. Danvat Panam, Jai Ho, Shila Prabhupada, Shri Guru Maharaj ki Jai. Yeah, wonderful.
Happy New Year, Guruji.
Yes, Happy New Year. And thank you for making the time to come. And, you wrote to me today saying, maybe we should invite other couples as well. There was a reason why I brought the same ones, because last year we did a churcha with you. So I wanted to start the new year with the same group. But then in future, we're going to have some other couples coming in and speaking about things. And, you resonate with other people. When whatever answers you give, others, they do resonate saying, yeah, because I'm going to ask you some searching questions about your family life, not in the temple, but in the family, the children's needs, the schooling and going to work. So that applies to everyone. And then there's your commitment to the temple, and yours is of head pujari and how your commitment is, and everybody's service is different. So they can express how their life is. Okay. So Satya, you okay?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Diksha has been good today?
Yes,
She's always good. She's always good. Very inspiring. All right. So my first question is, Pranava, you can go first. What was your best moment or moments in 2021?
Yeah, the best one that I can think of, after a gap, because children started going to school and also we were not allowed to come to temple.
Oh.
And for Janmashtami, because children are having holidays, and then we were allowed, and we had our tests done, the PCR test and all. So now after a little gap, we got a chance to take darshan of the Lordships and do the service there. That's the best moment when we saw them. Almost we got tears in our
Wow.
eyes. So, and then we had regular program there, especially when we are all sat together and then doing the kirtan. It was amazing. It lifted our emotions a lot, and that was the best moment of the year. So
I mean, Vidya Prabhu was there at that time. So Vidya Prabhu, did you have similar sort of realization? But I think you were popping in and out of the temple anyway, being temple president.
I was going in regularly. It was
but the kirtan which was happening at that time, I remember you were all dancing nicely, and there was waves of ecstasy coming across the camera. Yeah.
This in the beginning, the lockdown had a negative effect on most people. That it was negative. You felt you're in a cell. But as time progressed, we got used to it. I think some benefits came out of lockdown also.
Yes.
But one thing, like our outreach is better with our Zoom programs. There's more acceptability of what is being presented through the Zoom programs. But one thing is definitely the joy which came on that day was that, you can't beat being there.
Yes.
It's a different atmosphere. And you're looking at things in 3D, not in 2D. On a flat screen. There's a difference.
I think the only annoying thing is you have to have a mask on, and I hate masks and
Yes.
it itches my nose.
Itches your
I pull it
nose.
off.
Sometimes breathing difficulty because of the mask. Yeah.
Yeah, Titiksha said, why doesn't the Lordship have a little flow test? She can connect with the deities, so why they're not getting the test? Okay. So what other moments did you remember from 2021?
Yeah, and the other best moments I could say, I mean, anyway, festivals are very, very special, every festival. Especially when we dress them, we would think something, we dress in a way we want to dress them, and we want to do a different way every time we do the service. But especially after you address them and then take the darshan on, the darshan times are very, very, what we call, very heart touching. So you feel so much joy when you take the darshan of them. So because we got limited services this time, every time I got chance to do the service to them, that was my best moments.
Excellent. And this morning you were there doing Abhishek and rest of the deities?
Yes.
Okay. So if Sudarshan can zoom into the Gonitai turbans, I mean, my God, you're so special on dressing them up so nicely. It's fantastic. And we can tell when you've dressed them up, there's this extra beauty, they have. And where did you pick this style up from? It's Mayapur style?
Yes, it's really. The devotees who went and got training from Mayapur,
Yes.
They were actually explained how we can do that. And then again, because you don't regularly, you take darshan from different temples from Prabhu. So you see how you can do that and all. So that will give some inspiration. And then when you keep doing it, obviously Krishna gives us that inspiration.
Wow, look at that.
It's
so complicated. It's so complicated. Even when I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, which bit do I look at? Because the overall effect is, and then the painting. Did you paint the Lordships on the face?
On the face, I did too, and then Sachinandan Prabhu did on the hand because it was getting delayed.
Wow, no, it looks so gorgeous. I tell you, Vidur paints them every year, and they look so fine. And there's the inner beauty coming of the Lordship, as if they're happy with the yatra. And every evening, we take darshan. It's not, oh, yeah, I've seen them. No, we look forward to the zoom in. Look at Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So beautiful, round face, full moon. Even for Shanarthi, when Pujari Dev removes all the paint and everything and the turban and puts on simple one, the beauty is still there. And you think, wow, these deities have their own beauty. And then we just decorating them, a little bit extra. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you serve them, Prabhu, you feel more attached to them. Normally they are definitely very beautiful, but when you do service to them, either in kitchen or personally decorate them or trust them, you feel more connected to them. You feel more joy. So you don't want to leave that day from the temple, but obviously you have your own commitments to leave.
Do you realize you're being hated now at the moment because you can get to the deities, you can dress them up, you can cook for them. Everybody else was thinking, why can't we do it? So become head pujari and you'll get a chance. Okay, so that's my take on that one. All right, Satya is smiling there. So same question to you. What were the great moments of 2021?
This year, we virtually distributed more than 100 Bhagavad-Gitas.
Really? Wow, look at that.
I think compared to previous years, this year we did more. I think because of COVID, people are frustrated and they want to do some service spiritually. So And the other one is we hosted the JSSK Worldwide UK Meet. That went very well. So these two are best moments for me.
Yeah. Vidhu Prabhu, come on. I'm going to tease you a little bit. What's she good at? What came across? Come on, tell us.
I love her enthusiasm. She's good at, she doesn't hesitate in volunteering for seva. And
No, a little bit more. Something she did, and we thought, wow, she's natural.
Oh my goodness, of course.
How can you miss that?
emceeing.
That's the one.
Emceeing, she was such a natural. Her and Anuragi, the two of them, my God, they're so natural at this.
Yes.
Yeah, better than me.
As good as Patapavan, I think. Patapavan is very good.
Yeah, Patapavan is.
Yes. Hope you're listening, Patapavan. And
Gold.
So Satya, what other moments do you remember, like with the family? Because I mean, the mother in the house has to manage so much, and so the challenges. I mean, maybe that'll be the second question, but there must be some moments where you're proud of your children. Something happened, thinking, wow, rather than what you did, it's what they did, and the mother feels happy.
Especially like Titiksha, she is learning some arts. That when she sings or when she dances, I feel happy that because of COVID, she got some time. So she's using it properly. That time I feel very happy. If she is full time at school, then she won't have the time to learn anything, any slokas or anything spiritually or materially.
Yeah, I saw when she was singing the Telugu one, it was just same as any other song. I mean, she knew it. And she was relaxed and she had her hands like that, whatever. I was thinking, it's not she's trying to remember it. She just owns it, and puts it across like that. So I would say congratulations to both of you that, and other couples who are going to be on that. You really do spend time to give them the culture. Sometimes parents give gadgets, but not culture to their children. So the children grow up with gadgets only, no culture. But you're giving them culture, and you can buy gadgets anytime on Amazon. I mean, that doesn't take hard work, just order it. But culture takes time. And Matra Deva Bhava, mother is the first guru, and father is the next guru. And I would say, Vidhu Prabhu, you'll agree on it that they have really a good role model, both of them, aren't they, for the children?
I think all three couples they all have children, and they're excellent role models.
Yes.
Excellent role models.
Excellent.
But this point about, trying to, in this day and age of gadgets and something you hold in your hand to look at, it's denying the natural growth of the children. Yes. You're denying what your personal time with the children, and then often when they do grow up, then it's too late to change.
Yeah.
All you got is lots of anxieties and worries on your hand, and you're looking for some solution from others. But it's what the real solution is, when they're young, give them time.
Yes.
Don't just hand them a gadget so you can do something else. Because that will have its own results in the future.
And for me, it was really exciting. End of year 2001, New Year's Eve party, as we call it. Titiksha did the Aarti. And honestly, seeing the chunari on her head and, little hands sort of moving and all that. I love that.
If you remember when you're looking at it from behind, when she's looking at the altar, we're looking from behind.
Yes.
You can't tell that's a small child.
Yes.
It was like a grown lady, doing Aarti.
And she didn't miss any of the, deities. She was going, taking her time as much as the father.
She's counting 1, 2, 3.
Well, we all have to do that, but that was really good. So, okay, so I don't want to make it too long because others are also waiting. But the next question is, how, hold on. What was the most anxious moments in 2021? Pranava first.
Yeah, so for me, the most anxious one is I've been asked to do service like giving classes. Whenever I get a call from Anuragi for a class, for me, I keep sweating. What should I tell her? but obviously I did twice. I got a chance to do that. And the second one, bro, whenever we are coming to temple, we are taking the tests at home. And before taking while we are having tests, we don't know whether it's going to come positive or negative. And we 4 of us, like 3 of us, and any one of us get it, and we don't get chance to come to the temple. So that becomes very anxious time of the year.
Oh, no. And Satya Devi, how about you?
For me, this year my brother, he had ill health twice, and my parents were in contact with him. So I was a bit anxious, worried what will happen to him. And whenever I hear like other devotees affected with the COVID, I feel very anxious.
He was really bad, bro. He had various infections. So it was really anxious time.
Is he better now?
Yeah, he's fine now, yeah.
All right. No, I know our list, I mean, Vidhu Prabhu's list gets longer and longer. And even Patapavan said, can you send me the latest Nrsimha prayer, latest? Because every day, we add more. And the other day, I like when I said to Vidhu, can you include so-and-so from Bhandari family? He goes, I might as well say the Bhandari family. Because all the challenges, sort of, they come in a wave, So that was great. So I would say COVID is the anxiety bit. So now we'll move on to the other question. What are you planning to achieve in 2022 in your personal life? And then yatra. I mean, your personal life is your personal. So if you don't want to say something, you could say, well, I have plans. But if you don't mind sharing, it'll be nice,
Yes, so for me, actually, my Guru Maharaj is scientific background and he has written so many books. For me, it was a bit difficult to understand. I mean, I am from scientific background, but the English, the standard that he maintains, I can't follow it. So slowly, I am taking help of my senior god brothers who are into that and doing service. So I'm planning to do more reading of my Guru Maharaj books. Obviously, Bhagavatam as well. I started reading Bhagavatam. I want to spend more time. That's my personal goals that I've set. Coming to temple one, I think we are planning to bring altar this year.
Yeah,
so, so obviously, hopefully it will all go as we are planning. And I would dedicate my time and energy as much as I can to make that happen.
Thank you. That was good. And so Satya Devi, same question. Any plans for 2022?
For my personal life, my children are my life goes around them. So as they grow, they develop different interests. Like Sudarshan is in teenage, he wants to do more material things. So as a mother, I want to make sure that they always prioritize the spirituality than the material things. That's personally. And spiritually, like we are taking the Bhagavad-Gita classes, and I want to encourage the kids to join in our temple programs. And I also want to serve the senior Matavis more.
Thank you. That sounds really, really good. What do you think, Vidhu Prabhu?
Sorry, I was just responding to Padipan's request. But no, I love the focus on family.
Yes.
And you said, they are the center of your life. I think the center of the temple members also.
Yeah, they're
wonderful. All the children, they've done so proud this year.
Excellent. All right, then. So, thank you for sharing, but just hang around in case, we call you again if you don't run out of time. So if there's something you can add, we'll call you again. So next couple is all the way to Hinckley. So Prem Prakash and Ishani Mata. So there you are. Welcome. Happy New Year. Jai Ho. Always
Happy New Year. Dhamma Pranam.
Wonderful. I always like your altar. It's like you're on the left and you're on the right, and the altar points towards Jagannath. Like it's a triangle. It's not a like square. So spending your life to meet Krishna. So that's excellent. All right. So how was your book distribution? I would say period, and then writing the song for New Year, and then actually doing the New Year program. And next day, I don't know how fit you were, but I was tired next morning, you know.
Oh, my body was aching next day. Okay,
But it was
aches and-
enjoyable.
Aches and
Yeah.
pains.
Yes.
Yes. It was wonderful, Prabhuji. I mean, book distribution was a really new experience, and we really enjoyed. Actually, first thing is that, I mean, it's not easy to go on the street and just approach anyone randomly and then say that, yes, please,
Yes.
can you take the book? And the other thing is to stop them. I mean, they are moving in their life. It's very, very busy life. Nobody actually gives heads up. So I don't know how it happened, by the mercy, your mercy and Guru Maharaj's mercy. So we were able to stop few of them. We were able to distribute some books. So we made a total of 32 Gita Jis on the street, talking one-to-one. And then certainly like 16, around 20 small books as well. So, and we had wonderful discussions with interfaith groups.
Yes, yes.
And then those were really enlightening. Many, we read Srila Prabhupada's books as much as possible, Srimad Bhagavatam, Gita Jis, and small books as well. But what I actually really appreciated that people have questions.
Yes.
And people have counter questions to question our faith.
All right.
So
you get tested.
Yes, so that's a real time test. And then I really appreciated how Prabhupada has written every book, and every book have all the answers people will have on the street.
Wow.
Even as an inquisitor, as a seeker, and as a counteract of people who criticize as well. So the questions are there, and then the appreciation starts. And then we had a lot of appreciation for Srila Prabhupada books, and we were able to relate to Srila Prabhupada as well.
Excellent. Thank you. So my question would be, what was your best moments or moments in 2021 personally?
There are many moments basically, but the best moment was after the anxious moment, of course, when Guru Maharaj was tested and actually was negative of coronavirus. So that was the best moment. But then we had many other moments like book distribution. That was another very exciting moment for us.
Yes.
Songwritings we picked up by grace, your grace and Guru Maharaj's grace, composing some of the songs and then making videos. We were never into it, but it's all the blessing that's coming through. And the instruction is manifesting into reality. So these are small bits and happiness, participating in festivals, especially when we were allowed to go and have personal darshan of Sachin and these are the, I mean, flowers, bunch of flowers all together, and then making heart full with joy.
Oh, great. That sounds good. So Ishani Devi, what's your best moments?
Best moment, Prabhuji, once Guru Maharaj heard me playing sitar, so and he blessed me that carry on with this, and he blessed me for the kirtans. That was the best moment for me.
Okay.
And of course, with your help and Guru Maharaj's mercy, we have started our new channel. So that was another one.
I would say your ukulele is quite a hit, isn't it? I mean, with that one, you couldn't take your sitar out in the street and it'd be too big. But small ukulele thing, and you just hit it off so easily, because I've never seen you before. And you sing in key anywhere, anytime. You and Guru Seva can, you have this ability to stay in key straight away. And I think that how did that go on the street, you think?
It was fabulous, probably. The response was really good, because it is such an instrument which can attract even a small child.
Yes.
If I go with a duff, some people will be really, because it is a traditional and folk instrument.
Yes.
Very few people will pay attention or be attracted towards it. But that is the best medium to attract somebody to Harinam.
Yes, yes. And you come across really, really natural and very good. So that's excellent. And Prem Prakash Prabhu, what was the most anxious moments for you in 2021?
Actually, I mean, we have got a new family after initiation, and then Guru Maharaj is our father, and then when we heard of him contacting with COVID, that was really, really anxious moment for us, and we didn't know where we are heading towards, and it never used to go. Even after 7 days quarantine, no, then 14 days, no, 21 days, and it was lasted for 28 days. So those period, that entire month was really, really anxious for me.
Right.
Each movement was really anxious for us, that how we are going to do. And Guru Maharaj said that he's fighting. It's not easy. He's fighting that internally. So that was an inspiration as well to see how Guru Maharaj is doing. So, and then we had another loss of Pankaj Angri Prabhu. So those were,
Yeah, that was sad. You know, when everybody had hope. He's the Pujari there, and the Singadev Pujari, and you know, it was so painful. And then I remember by the ghat, you know, when the pyre is there and flames, and all the devotees are sitting and being positive, and it leaves you vulnerable, thinking, don't just start to count that you're safe just because you're in Mayapur and serving the Singadev. You know, there's a joke saying, you want to make Krishna laugh? Go tell him your plan. So we base our plans on like, okay, I'm safe here. But, you know, this world is like that. So I remember that time I thought, wow, shouldn't take it for granted, you know. So anybody falls ill or something, we must say prayers for them. Prayers help. You know, with your Guru Maharaj, look, he was really appreciating all his disciples' prayers. And I must say, I was impressed. You know, your God brothers, sisters throughout the world were doing amazing sacrifices and loads of prayers like that. And Maharaj is so vulnerable, you know, already. And when he pulled through, yes, we could share that, thinking, wow, it's good. And we thought we'll be able to do the same for Pankaj Angri. But it didn't happen, you know, and that was really quite an anxiety moment. Yeah. How about you, Ishani Devi?
It is a similar thing, Prabhuji, for me as well, because everyone was planning, everyone was organizing kirtans, and we were all praying together, starting from Pankaj Angri Prabhu and then Guru Maharaj herself. And that part was really very anxious for all of us, I believe.
Okay. Thank you. Right. So now we'll come on to Vidya Prabhu. You want to ask them anything on this or comment on it?
No, just that we generally are very impressed with Jayapatak Swami, who has thousands of disciples, and how he maintains contact and communication with them all, and is always anxious to know how we are progressing, how we are serving. You know, he gives you projects, and then he has other devotees check up on what progress you're making. And you had this every month there's supposed to be a session of all the Jayapatak Swami Maharaj disciples in UK, and then we got landed with one suddenly because somebody else couldn't do it. And we could see the anxiety on your faces because you are being
watched.
Yeah, they're watching you, how you perform, and you did very well.
You did very well. That was a brilliant program.
So, you know, well done to Jayapatak Swami Maharaj. You know, he's, you know, in his state, thousands of disciples, all the country, he can't travel. You know, COVID lockdown in the world, but he still engages every disciple somehow or other. He engages them in service. Amazing.
Excellent. Right. The other one, what are you planning to achieve in 2022 in your personal life and yatra wise?
Yeah, personal life is obviously, I mean, many of us wouldn't know that I took a break from work for studying. So I completed my studying, and then I'm waiting for work to start, and then to get the things back on normal track. I don't know how it will go, because there's always a trade-off between money and time. When you have a lot of money, there's no time. And when you have a lot of time, there's no money. So I'm on the other side, basically.
We are experiencing
So a lot of time. We are currently having a lot of time, but we never realized, by the grace of Sachin and Guru Maharaj and Krishna, that we are short of money, though. everything is very nicely taken care of.
Now we pray you get a job immediately.
Thank you. But we are also praying that when we get money, so we don't have scarcity of time as well. So we keep on continuing our service. So that's a personal motivation at the moment. And spiritually, we are really looking forward, dying to actually have regular programs at temple. As you said, nothing can replace that. And I mean, we are starving for that, to be honest. When more devotees can come in and then do kirtan and do collective seva, nothing in the world can actually beat that experience.
Wonderful. Yeah, thank you for that, Ishani Devi.
Personally, for me, it's Aradhe is going to be in senior school, so this year.
All right.
So hoping and trying for a good school for him, because everything else depends on his, materially depends on his this choice.
Yeah, Pranava Prabhu moved from Coventry to Birmingham just to get to, and then he moved to another house to get into that school, and then came back into his original house. So I can see that. So we really pray he does get it. He's a bright boy. I think he should do well. Yeah, wonderful.
Thank you. So,
and yatra wise,
just want to celebrate all the festivals, dancing in the kirtans in temple, because we after so long, when we meet each other, like might be we have put on, all of us might have put on a lot of weight because we're missing our exercise.
No, the other day when you came to pick some Bhagavad-Gitas up, and I saw Radha, I had this picture of him this high, and he had shot up. And that's children really make the difference, when you meet them and just realize, oh my God, life is moving on, So that's wonderful. Yeah. Both of you, your enthusiasm, time you spend on, the music. And I remember when you first came and asked for guidance, I had to really think, do I really get into doing it all for you, say, in the beginning, so you get the idea? And I had to take a decision. I goes, no, I learned it over the period on my own. I had to really work it. And I thought it paid off. So that's why I was hoping you wouldn't mind that maybe I could have done more. So all I did was guided you from far, but just watch your progress. And it was amazing. It worked, where you were struggling to master it or mix it. I would tell you, do this dynamics, do this. And then you would read on it, and I would guide you to do the work. Normally I would say, okay, I'll do it, but then it's a one-off thing. You can't carry on. But what you did was you learned. And I tell you, that gave me idea for the yatra. If you keep spoon feeding people, they just wait for the next spoon to be fed, right? But if you tell them, here's a spoon, here's a food, eat it. You have helped, just like Krishna goes to Brahmaji. Here's all the ingredients. As Prabhupada said in the lecture, you create. So Brahmaji becomes a creator, but we all know he's not. The Lord is, but he's given them a chance. So Prabhupada said, just like Brahmaji, we can all see Krishna, but we're not trying. So I took that decision, and I must say there was one decision I took. It just paid up nicely because I didn't have to micromanage you at all. You were discovering the pitfalls, the obstacles, and everything like that. And it was great joy. And Prabhupada did say that if you want to avoid envy, that's what you do. If you know how to play Mridanga, teach somebody. And then when he gets excellent, better than you, because I taught him Mridanga. But if you don't teach him, you're envious, like, how is he better than me? Because I've been doing it first. So by teaching someone, you're really letting them grow. And it's like a Mali gardener. He waters the roots, and the tree gets taller than the Mali even. It protects the Mali, So I think there's a great mileage in investing in people. I was at Rolls-Royce. They used to say investing in people. I was thinking, what is that? What is that? Because they never explained to you. But now we realize as managers, investing in children, investing in people, investing in devotees means you give guidelines, but let them do the work and get them the experience. So thank you very much for being great in picking the talent up and projecting it and owning it. And it's your brand and the way you do it. And it's fantastic. Keep doing more. Right. I have one more question. I mean, Vidya Prabhu can either maybe talk with them on this discussion. Because how do you balance your domestic life and spiritual life? So both of you could say to, and Vidhu can maybe make a comment on it. How do you balance daily between the domestic life, which is a necessity you got to do, and then the spiritual, sadhana we have? Is it easy to balance, or is it difficult, or is it getting better or easier? I mean, maybe have a discussion.
It's a big question mark, Prabhuji, for us. Every day is a challenge, and it's really difficult. It's for me, it's really difficult. So we're just trying whatever we can fit in, and just putting in some extra effort. All the demons are coming up, anger, frustration, everything is coming up. We're just trying to settle them every day. It's hard.
So
it's an everyday challenge. Okay.
So what happens, Prabhuji, is that, I mean, we are learning. So every day is a learning, and next day is a practice, and then see that if you have performed well, and then take learning from that, and then perform the next day. So we all are in different levels, but on different steps of the stair. We know where to go, but then we need to walk together as well. So that's where we are learning that, and every day is a learning, and we understand where we are at the moment and what the next step is, and then accept what we are at the moment, and then see how we progress to the next step, and then one step at a time, and then slowly but surely we are going to achieve it. So we're trying to follow that principle, and then taking short steps but sure steps to the next level.
So Vidya Prabhu, maybe you can give him a guidance, like we have been in this situation for so long, how they could balance it.
There are some words I use frequently in this matter. The thing is, how much priority do you give something in your life? So whatever you give high priority to, you will drive to that. That will be a driving factor. So if it's all based on, as Haridas took the verse, it's a very fantastic verse from Bhagavad-Gita. We are actually, most of the world is actually focusing on the asat, the impermanent. And all their energy is being focused on the impermanent, which will not last. So it takes a strong-mindedness to give priority to the spiritual. And the other word I use is commitment. That comes through the priority you give the spiritual part of your life. How important is that? How important is it that you get out of this material world, not come back? How important is that? Rather than, oh, I got no time for this now. I'll come to it later. In the meantime, you dedicate all your energy, all your effort, all your everything, all your time in the impermanent. So you're right. It's always daily. There'll be challenges. Daily there'll be frustrations. But stay focused on the target. Right. Just like Arjun knew what the target was when he was tested by his guru, the eye of the bird in the tree. So don't lose sight of the target. That's the important thing. Don't lose sight of the target. It's tough. But
thank you, Vidya Prabhu. That was excellent. So there's words of wisdom from the old days. We are the old days now. We used to look at other senior devotees thinking that now we are in our 70s and 60s, and it's great. Okay, so thank you very much. We're going to bring in our couple from all the way from Milton Keynes. Are you keen? Yes, you are keen. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So nice. Thanks for waiting for this long. Was it a good year, 2021, or or could have been better?
It's like a mixed for us, I could say.
Yes, thanks. So really, I would say, what were the best moment or moments for you, Ravitesh Prabhu, for 2021?
For me, it's the best moments is definitely like coming to temple and having darshan of the deities and also having darshan of Vidur Prabhuji and you with all your family. It was really nice for me when I
Yes.
came for before the Jagannath Radhayatra day for the cleaning service, and also for the Janmashtami service also, like I met most of you on the day. So it was really nice with Pranav Prabhu ji, like while decorating on the altar. We got some service there.
Wow.
It was really nice at the time.
That's
And
excellent.
yeah.
And Satya Devi? Oh, so Madhuri Sita. I confused you with Satya. Sorry, Madhuri Sita. Jai.
This year, I got service app service to do for my Guru Maharaj. It's
Okay.
the best moment for me. And in Milton Keynes, we did some Damodar programs in streets and some 2-3 Harinam Kirtans also. Those are also best ones in spiritual wise. But in material one, in summer we did Snowdon trekking with kids. Nandana in carrier bag. So halfway we trekked to Snowdonia. That is also achievement for us.
So, no, I mean, it's not material. You know, life is like Snowdonia mountain. You got to climb and just realize it's the same sort of, as Vidu Prabhu says many times, you know, when you climb the Himalayas, at the base, there's loads of people. As you go higher and higher, there's less and less people. Same thing happens in our spiritual lives. It's like climbing. Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. I mean, some of this is like personal. And I don't want devotees to be feeling embarrassed that you did something for the family and whatever. Please, I encourage the bonding, you know, and recreation, you know, in a small dose is very good. It's like salt. You know, it is said you put enough salt, not too much, then it's terrible, or too little, saying, oh, there's less salt. So this sort of entertainment kind of for the family, keeping it together, it's important, especially when you have young children. You know, they appreciate Krishna consciousness. Yeah, Vidu Prabhu, yeah.
Don't feel guilty about that. In fact, rather, when you do something like that, going to something as beautiful as Snowdonia, you should go with this spiritual eye, saying, I'm appreciating Krishna's beauty.
Yeah. When climbing that also.
Don't feel guilty. Don't feel guilty.
Govinda, Govinda.
Ajay, you say Govinda.
Like Tirupati.
Balaji, yeah.
We did Govinda, Govinda, so we did that.
So there you go. You see, that's what you do. Krishna is everywhere and you do that. But if your purpose was to forget Govinda and just climb the mountain, then it's embarrassing. Yes. But you go to the mountain and you sing Govinda and all that. You bring Govinda to Snowdonia and it's a place of pilgrimage for you. For you, others will still be whatever it is, you know. So that was, thank you for sharing that, because that's what this Charcha is all about. Yes. You speak from the heart, right? So even if something isn't right, because you got the confidence, I did that, and then other people sort of feel, okay, they can judge it. I mean, I was just thinking the other day, when a person goes to drink water from the river, does the river judge who is coming and then give water or not? It doesn't judge. A tree is full of fruit. A good man goes to it, a bad man goes. Does the tree judge who's coming? No. Just gives it, right? Sunshine is the same. It doesn't say it's bad, good. But we end up judging in our life. When somebody comes to us, we say, oh, not giving to you, you're like this and this and this. Oh, giving to you, you're my friend and whatever. So I find that's what judging means. You are not willing to share or give something like that. Whereas the river, the sun, you know, the tree, they just give without judging. So in this Charcha, actually, you shouldn't have two lives, one to present to the screen and another one for your personal one. What will happen is you feel very stressed out later on in life, thinking, I haven't been true to myself. Being true means I have children, you know, they have demands, you know, and you got young children, and I know what they like. They will like to have sweets, and they will like ice cream, and they would like to run around and whatever. Yes, you must cater for that, because that's their life. It's an appropriate step. But if they were 40-year-old and they want to go on a swing, take them to the park, it's inappropriate, because that's not the time like that. So you got to be appropriate as well. So like Krishna, you know, when he was a baby, he was stealing butter and all that, you know, and then playing around and pinching people and everything. And we all enjoy that pastime. It's a child's pastime. So thank you for sharing that. Now, what was the most anxious moment for you?
Yeah, for anxious moment, I got quite many. Like one of them is like I really means many of them hit me, but one of them hit me very badly was my work thing, and where I was like I was actually given full freedom to do my work. Like I'm an automation tester, and suddenly like I come across one such a person where he means started questioning on what my skills are while I was developing enhance my development things, and suddenly he started asking like what I'm doing, and at the time I suddenly felt like no one was there to back me up with the new team, and I really means lost faith in something IT. Like I thought okay, this is all something junk work I'm doing. I should be doing something of my own, something like I got that idea, but later on it settled now finally in there with some people coming and backing me up very hardly, and but that definitely gave me some input on like okay, this is definitely material job is material job, and definitely there is something beyond that one. I should be looking into that one. That one very strongly hit me. And the other anxious thing is like my mother's health. Like sometimes when she was not well or something like that, I feel like okay, I would have been with her, serving her, taking care of her. That was a very
Yes.
similar to.
Yes, yes. Thank you for sharing that. I mean, Guru Sevak is not well and Anurag isn't. Then the next row, as soon as we heard the results that he's got the COVID, your heart sinks, and then you say prayers, and then, he's next door, but we can't see him physically, but we go through the communication, like, morning and evening. And this evening I was doing prayer. We do at 5 o'clock, and then he joins in on the screen. And then Premanji's face lit up when she saw him standing there, and he was clapping and joining in. And I was thinking it is important to, like you said, in crisis, others come and join, say prayers, support, and then you meet the challenge nicely. But if you're left on your own resort and you don't know how to defend, and you lose confidence in whatever you value anyway, because somebody's criticized it, they're judging you. That's why I was saying we shouldn't judge, really. And we've got to be careful. Thanks for sharing that. Madhuri Sita, what moments were anxiety for you?
Yeah, it's in January 2021 starting only, Prabhuji. My father was ill. He suffered nearly 5 to 6 months with a stomach ulcer kind of thing.
Oh, really?
So he couldn't eat. So he took medication for 5 to 6 months. Now also he couldn't eat much like before. So still he's suffering. And another one is my Chachaji is diagnosed with the cancer.
Really?
So every day we are doing Narsma Aarti for him.
No, you must continue. And, with your father, please, Premanji's got H. pylori, and H. pylori gives you cancer. So, or not cancer, sorry, ulcer. It gives you ulcer. So maybe hint at your father saying, try for H. pylori. I'll give you some information, because that gives you ulcer. It actually goes into the stomach lining. And same with Premanji. I mean, even now, she can't eat like regular food like we do. It's got to be very, very simple. And, these things, rogues come, and it's terrible. And we feel frustrated. We can't do anything for our loved ones, It becomes very, very anxious. Okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. And next question is, what are you planning to achieve in 2022 in your personal life and yatra-wise? So I'll go to Ravi Tej Prabhu first.
Yeah, for me, like yatra-wise, I'm as you mentioned, like we are going to have more temple opening for the devotees, like whatever the plans are. So we are a bit excited on that one, like anxious to visit temple and do some services again back at temple. And and one more thing from which is really exciting for me is we are planning to go to India as well. So that is really exciting.
All right, play it safe. Yes. And yourself?
Yeah, for me, Prabhuji, from India, one Prabhuji is hosting, for every Ekadashi is hosting Akhanda Bhagavad-Gita Parayana. So I'm also part of it. So we'll read from morning to evening Bhagavad-Gita, whole Akhanda Gita Parayanam. So, so 1 hour I'm doing that, Prabhuji. So for every Ekadashi. So I want to continue with that.
Also in Milton Keynes, we are doing some services plan, like as I mentioned previously.
Bhakti Vriksh, you're going to be
Yes.
managing that, yeah?
Yeah, so that one also, like we'll try to reach more.
By the way, Madhu Sita, we were very impressed with your chanting skills when you was
pronunciation.
What was you reciting? Narayan Kavach something? What were you reciting?
Nrsimha Kavach.
Yeah, amazing classic pronunciation. I thought I was sitting at a yagya with Brahmins chanting Vedic mantras.
No, it's excellent.
So
now,
actually, there's talent there which we can tap into, and we can build on.
Yes. And also, we're running short of time, but one question: how do you balance your domestic life and spiritual life? Is it easy? Is it hard? It's that kind of question, you know.
Yeah. I want to like highlight one thing here, Prabhuji. Like when we are before getting initiation, when you are talking with some of us like devotees, like some of the devotees who are ready to initiation, they were afraid, like it's not afraid, like they don't want to commit any offenses regarding the chanting, like missing any chanting sort of things. But at the time, definitely I did not raise that one, and some other devotees raised that point, like I don't want to commit and go back. But definitely, like after getting the initiation, I do because of the work pressure, might have not done 16 rounds completely on a day, but next day morning I had taken something like that to get more rounds than what I actually committed. But definitely with the blessings of Guru Maharaj and Krishna's Mercy, Radharani Mercy, and all the devotees' prayers, it definitely helped me in achieving that one. Means that was definitely the Prabhuji expressed, but I could not express that one. But that I overcome, means without means with their power. Definitely myself I cannot overcome that one. But with the devotees and Guru Maharaj blessings, I had overcome. So that was means work-life balance. Every day, as doing 16 rounds, if we are able to do early in the morning, then that is achievement, and otherwise it is definitely a struggle. Means as the day goes on, yes, it is there every day.
Yes, and that challenge stays throughout your life. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
you never solve that one. Yeah. So how about you, Madhuri Sita?
For me, Krishna blessed us with the 3 beautiful kids, Prabhuji, so they don't bother me much. So with the blessings of your like senior devotees and Krishna, so with help for Ravi Kiran also, I'm doing my chanting after they went to school. So we'll do for Bhagavad-Gita Kids Club also. I'll prepare notes.
We'll take turns to engage kids. Like when mother is doing some services, I definitely take them to other room.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, Jay Krishna is quite mature, you know.
Yes,
I love his approach. Every time he comes with full end, and then with Pranam, and Gauranga comes with, you don't know what he's going to do, you know. And Nandana comes with like ego, like these are my 2 brothers, you know. So watch it, you know, that kind of attitude. Each one is different, you know. Each child is different. I'm sure you give the same love.
Yeah.
Nandana is like if Gauranga sits in my lap, she's beating.
Bang.
Gauranga, just get out from my place.
Oh, wow. Usually it's the other way around, you know. The older child beats the younger one, saying, "Look, this is my mother," you know. Yeah. But I've seen her attitude. I mean, sometimes she'll raise her hand. Other times, she don't want to know. You know, I'm thinking, wow, daddy, we call them really, really strong. A child. No, it's fantastic. We could. I love your children. You know, I love all the children. Each one is. You know, at the end, when I collect all the children, I have to remember what the taste of each child is. It's like a mother. You know, you have to know it. So I have to ask them, how's your football? And how was your school? And how you doing? I'm good. You know, I'm good. You know, it's so brilliant, you know. And he likes to be in front of the camera, you know. And poor Jay Krishna is the older, but he has his hands like that. And he sort of starts to come through. Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, leave them. And let them grow naturally, no stereotypes. You know, they shouldn't all be the same. Let them grow as individuals, but Krishna conscious of Krishna and glorifying. And you taught him in Telugu how to say the thing in such a short time, and he came across good. He's a killer. Every time he comes on, I don't look at anybody else. I watch him. What's he going to do? Which is unusual.
Yeah. Dhritarashtra watched a shloka. Within 2 days he learned, Prabhuji.
Wow.
Last year also I tried, but he couldn't pronounce this ra, da words last year. But this year he's okay. So in 2 days he learned the Dhritarashtra Vacha. So
wow. No, and he likes it. And he spoke the jingle bell nicely as well, twice. So proud of that one.
That was even surprise for me. He directly saying with you, because we never asked him what you are doing in school.
See, this is the problem. You know, when in Krishna consciousness, you know, parents want to only show that side of thing. I am different. I always like to know what's happening in the background, because I have a background. You know, I love music, and I you know, I love stories and things like that. And that helps in your Krishna conscious. But people think you have to drop all that and just be dogma, you know, whatever you read, and just present that. No. Life is deeper than that, you know. And so what you got to do is, whatever skills you have, you can make them Krishna consciousness, but it's what you brought from previous life, all the talents, they come through. And the children, you must develop those, because if you shut that down, they'll be what you want, but they'll be half that person. So, you know, you need to develop whatever they naturally got it, just saying, okay, fan that fire on that, but pointing at Krishna. As Vidhu Prabhu said, focus should be Krishna, you know, so that's good. All right, thank you. We're running out of time, and people would want to do. And Vidhu Prabhu, final word for them?
No, to all the three couples, thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing your thoughts, you know, honestly, your honesty. Well done, and we look forward to working with you in the coming year.
Jai.
I just want to say, if begging everybody's little indulgence, please. Krishna Gopal has again joined us for this entire session, and I don't like him in on the sidelines. Can you come in for a couple of minutes, Krishna Gopal?
Yes. It's Krishna Gopal.
You're not gonna be shy on us, are you?
No, it's all right. Next time.
Okay, look, next time, please, Krishna Gopal, we want to be part of this program.
All right.
You are a mature devotee. You have been the president of the South London Temple, so we would appreciate your.
And thank you for logging in.
Thank
Brilliant.
you. Yeah, thank you for joining us.
Okay, where's Patapavan?
Oh, there is. He's just done.
Gauranga.
How are you?
Oh, Krishna Gopal.
Oh, there's Krishna Gopal.
There is. Thank you very much. Just a few minutes with him, Prabhu.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
Oh, Jai Ho. Please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Prabhupada, all goes to Guru Maharaj.
Yeah.
So all the Vaishnavas, so wonderful. I have been very inspired this evening also again. You started with a wonderful verse from Bhagavad-Gita, chapter 10, verse 9. It is also one of my favorites. Verse, Machit Mat Prana, which is excellent, because this is exactly what we all are doing right now, as you said. Yeah. And I want to. All we're interested in is in simply serving the Lord, or even better, serving the servant of the servant of the Lord. And that's what we are engaged in. So we are all serving our Guru Maharaj. Guru Maharaj is serving his Guru Maharaj, etc., etc. And all the way up to Krishna is getting his service. So, okay, we do service in the temple. We do service outside the temple, which is, you know, all sorts of things. And Srila Prabhupada really wanted to spread the movement through book distribution, through Harinam chanting, and through prasad distribution. And this is what your devotees are all doing. They're chanting beautifully. They are going out in the streets and doing the books. They are organizing programs, doing book distribution. Well, you know, ace, I would say, ace. Activities in Krishna consciousness. And the other thing was, you said something about differentiation between material life and spiritual life. Well,
balancing
it. Actually, that just the balancing bit just disappeared. The line between the two don't exist in our Krishna consciousness now, because everything we do, even if it's for children, if it's for family, it's for whatever, we find that it's completely blurred, because the whole idea is that we're always thinking about Krishna as a background. You know, if we're going to shopping, so Radha Shamsun, she does services, you know, twice a week, and the days before the preparations has to be done. Sometimes 2 days, sometimes, you know, a day before, and so when we're going shopping, okay, we're getting the shopping done, but what are we doing that for? To serve the Lord, because we're taking all the ingredients, everything. So our traveling, having a car, having an income to do all those activities is all Krishna conscious. The line disappeared between material and spiritual. There is no such thing now for us as material, because like Srila Prabhupada's, like this verse you just said earlier, Prabhu, Haridas Prabhu, the thoughts of my pure devotees dwell in me.
Yes.
Their lives are fully devoted to my service. So which part is not the service is what we should be asking. You see, like yourself, Prabhu, you know, you have a family, you've had a big family to deal with. And there is, you know, there are times I remember you having to deal with Guru Maharaj, the temple, the service, the job, the children, the family. My God, you know, there's so much to do.
Isn't it?
There is never a second left in your life for your own self as such. We can never be self-centered. We can never be focusing on our own selves. We're simply engaged all day, night, just serving.
Okay, now focusing, Krishna Gopal Prabhu, it's nearly Aarti time. So
good.
Next time we'll bring you in and have further discussion. You're a mature devotee, love to hear you more. Over to Patapavan. So what do you think of the discussions then, Patapavan?
Oh, Prabhu, the discussions were awesome, and Dandvat Pranams to Prabhuji from London. Koti Pranam after a long time, Darshan.
Jai.
I feel I'm the most fortunate right now, because on the screen I have the three most senior God brothers to bless me to that 2022 is the most spiritual year for inner awakening.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
The discussions were awesome, Haridas Prabhu. You know, between you and Vidar Prabhu, you make it look easy. But for the three families, I can imagine, you know, to try and open themselves up on a public forum and talk about what they do in their own life and what they try to do in Krishna consciousness life is not easy. So, but you managed to bring all that out.
Well, I'm trying to bring sincerity out, you know, because we can do a drama, cover our kind of thing, but like this publicly, you know, you speak about it, it gives you confidence saying, well, look, you know, this is natural for everybody and everybody can relate to it. Yes, great. Okay, we're running out of time on the thing. We'll discuss more. So over to you for managing.
Thank you very much. Koti
Jai.
Thank you, Vidar Prabhu. Thank you, Jai.
Jai Ho. So, Sudarshan Prabhu, are you ready to start Aarti, and is the Pujari ready at the temple? Gaura Hari. Sudarshan. Jai Ho. So you are ready. Pujari Dev, are you ready to start? Is the Pujari Dev there? Oh, yes. Jai Ho. So start, Prabhuji. Jai Ho. Go.
Kiva Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Adati Dasho Kiva Jaya Jaya Gora Chande Adati Dasho Janade Tata Jai Namayo Vishnupadhaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namayo Vishnupadhaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prakarini Nirvishesha Sunyavati Vajradya Desakarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prakarini Nirvishesha Sunyavati Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Rasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Rasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radha, Jai Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radha, Jai Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radha, Jai Radha Madhav Radha Madhav Radha. Jaya Madhusudan, 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 Jaya Madhusudan, Jaya Madhusudan, 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 Jaya Madhusudan, Jaya Mahima, 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 Jaya Mahima, Jaya Mahima, 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 Jaya Giriraj, 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 Jaya Giriraj, Jaya Giriraj, Giriraj, Jaya Radha Radha Raman Jaya Radha Raman Sita Ram Lakshmana, Sita Ram Lakshmana, Jaya Sita Ram Lakshmana, Sita Ram Lakshmana, Jagannath Swami Jaya Padagami, Jaya Padagami, Bhavati Me, Jagannath Swami Jaya Padagami, Jaya Padagami, Bhavati Me, Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev Jai Yashvara, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Baladev, Jai Shivata, Jai Maharani,
ISKCON Coventry यात्रा की जाए, ISKCON वर्ल्डवाइड यात्रा की जाए, वृंदावन धाम, मथुरा धाम, नदी धाम, मायापुर धाम, वैष्णो धाम, यक्षक धाम, चौथ धाम, मंगल धाम की जाए, इसमें भगवद-गीता, श्रीमद् भागवतम, चैतन्य चरितामृत, रामायण की जाए, हरे कृष्णा महामंत्र की जाए, षट्कोण वृंदावन की जाए, गुरु परंपरा की जाए, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, all glories to Asam devotees, all glories to Asam devotees, all glories to Sri Guru Sri Gauranga Sri Prabhupada ki jai.
Yeah, thank you very much, Pranva Prabhu and family. That was wonderful kirtans, Aarti and kirtans. So, just before we go now do Nrsimha Aarti, I would just like to read out the names. I am going to look down at my phone because, like Vidar Prabhu says, this list just grows and grows and grows. I can't repeat this off by heart, so if I get anybody's name wrong, please forgive me. And if there's anybody that we have missed off the list and you are aware that they are not well, or they have ill health, or they have departed, please think of them in your heart while the Aarti is going on. So for departed souls, the name that's been given is Ruksmani Ravindranath Kansar. And then for the ISKCON leaders, good health and speedy recovery is His Holiness Jayapataka Swami, His Holiness Lokanath Swami, and other ISKCON gurus and leaders suffering around the world, and the care teams that work around to support them. And then other devotees by name, His Grace Janani Vas Prabhu, Ravi Tej sisters family, Venu, Kalyani and Jayant. His Grace Raghupati Das, Vinod Manjari Devidasi, Bhaktin Rita from Leicester, and then there's Rita Vadgama's mother, Pradeep Pankanya and daughter Reena, Lucky Roy, Sweetie Roy, members of the Bandari family. So that's all of them, those in New York, London, Coventry, who have COVID or are recovering from COVID. Shanti Ben Sholanki, Prema Manjari Aunty, Shraddha Devi Aunty, Srimati Aunty, Prem Mulan, Sri Raj Kumar, Ishani's father, Krishna Dutt, Tamal's nephew, Chalapati Rao, Satya's brother, Chiguru Srinivas, Satya Narayan Das Prabhu, Gaura Hari's mother, John Devinder, Kishore Bhai Thakur, Daniel Huss, Devyanshi. So Gauranga. Dhruva Prabhu, are you there?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Danvat
Jai Ho, Hari Bol,
Lord,
Dhruva Prabhu.
Lord Nrsimhadev ki jai.
Jai Ho.
Namaste Narasingaya Paladaladatayane Hiranyakashipo Lakshaya Shiratanganikaya Torashingo Balatorashingo Doratoyamita Torashingo Shingo, Shingo, Shingamatim Sharanam Rapade, Tavakara Kamalavare, Nakamata Shingaya, Kaletai Ranakashipo, Ranavena, Bhagavad-Gita, Hari Rupa. Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Jagadisha Hare, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Bharat Maharaj, Jaya Bharat Maharaj, Jaya Bharat Maharaj. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Maharaj, Jaya Guru Maharaj, Nitya Gara Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gara Hari Bol, 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 Hari Bol. Lord Nrsimhadev ki jai, Prahlad Maharaj ki jai,
Jai.
Guru Prabhupada Maharaj ki jai,
Jai.
Maharaj ki jai,
Jai.
Hari Bol.
Hari, Hari Bol. Jai, thank you, Dhruva Prabhuji. That was wonderful. Jai Ho, thank you.
For allowing me to glorify Lord Nrsimhadev.
Say that again, sorry.
Thank you for allowing me to glorify Lord Nrsimhadev.
Ah, Lord's mercy. Jai Ho, thank you for singing. Yeah, so we just got one or two announcements to make. Please, if anybody that's on YouTube or Facebook or through this Zoom program and you're not already aware, you can text Anuragi and you can be added to the WhatsApp group for Coventry Notice Board and the temple programs and the Coventry Inspiration Group where devotees are discussing and talking about devotional things. And also, by sending your number to Anuragi, you can be added to the evening program where you will get a notification saying, please join this Zoom link with a password, where Monday to Sunday in the evenings, obviously Sunday starts at 6, but in Monday to Friday and Saturday it's normally starting at 6:30 with Aarti to our beloved Lordships, Sachinan Nitai Chand, Jagannath Baladev Subhadra. Then you got Lord Nrsingadev, Radha Madhav, Madhusudan, Giriraj, Manima. And then from there, devotees, either they will be reading or there'll be a japa session. All this is going to help to strengthen our spiritual life into 2022. The messages into the first week into the new year. On Monday, it says it's the appearance of Sri Lochana Das Thakur. And then on Wednesday, which is the 5th, it's a disappearance of Srila Jiva Goswami and Sri Jagdish Pandit. So Jai Ho. So just Monday and then on Wednesday. And also again, I would like to thank each and every one of you for joining us this evening, and for all those that participated, for doing the kirtans and the chircha with the senior devotees, and then singing Aarti. And Dhruv Prabhu, thank you very much. And Krishna Gopal Prabhuji, thank you for joining. And like Haridas Prabhu said, we'll have to bring you back on another day, because as this evening ran a bit late, so please accept my apologies for that, and we'll call you back. So go Ranga and be safe out there. Take care of yourself and others around you. Hari Bol.
Bhagavad